Good morning, guys, and welcome to iPhone Smart. Today, well, first yesterday, yeah, the BB did win again, false dancer, and we had a really decent day. In fact, we had a 535k pick six in Kenilworth for only 32k, and we had a 20k jackpot and a 12k jackpot for only 600 and 800 rand on yesterday on these exotic selections at the bottom here. Let's see if we can do that again today. We start off with Never Ending Love, and it looks like Never Ending Love and Smart Socks is a Tini Prinsloo double for today and tomorrow. So I'm going to start off with Never Ending Love, which has drifted tremendously, but has actually got very decent similar chances as What a Rider, and those two will be my first two choices for this race, with Rubundu my third choice. But clearly there's a bit of a gap between the first two. Bat figures 5.25. There was a previous 0.93 on the 5th of April. So if I open that up, you'll see what I mean with that. Year earlier on, there was a 0.93, that's 1,000 meter Scottsville. When we move over to the 1400 Greyville, a 5.25 year for the course and distance, or what I call the blue bat, exact course, exact distance. And then obviously the danger is What a Rider, but if it's a big if we can trust the handicapper with his handicapping merit raters here and merit ratings here, and given that there's a new change of jockey to LJ Ferraris, showing the intent for Tini Prinsloo to move from JL Samuel to the strike LJ Ferraris, given the 25% win and 12.5 extra on place, I would think that Never Ending Love is not a bad little proposition in the first race. But yeah, What a Rider and Rubundu my second and third choices. And then a bit of a question mark regarding Quest for the Best. I do think that that first run was maybe not as good as expected, and maybe the second run on Quest for the Best, as well as a return from Tenacious Time of quite a while back, over 84 days. That's why you see nothing here and you see nothing there. You see no green, you see no yellow, you see only prior to that, which is the red, and that's the last run on the 18th of January 2021, which is falling in the 168 days bracket. Tenacious Time, a quartet and trifecta edition. I don't know much about the first timers Afonso. So yeah, I'm going to say Never Ending Love, What a Rider, Rubundu, Tenacious Time, and Quest for the Best is my choices. Then we move over to the bipot, and here it does look like Global Appeal is going to be my first choice and not the favorite Lady of Letitia, and the third choice Emerald Isla, and I think those three is enough for your bipot and PA. My next best will then probably be Bells and Whistles, Doug Campbell and Corin's Story, but just concentrating on the top three, the 7, the 1 and the 5. Looking at the 1400 Greyville form, 4.74 on Global Appeal when Randolph was taking the ride. Today again strike Lyle Ewerton taking the ride for Gareth van Sale, and that's again a 25% win, 67.62% on the places. So looks like a pretty decent each way proposition, Global Appeal. And then my second choice would be between Emerald Isla, which has the best adjusted time and speed rating and form and stat form, and also the second best exact course and distance Blue Bat of 5.25. And then Lady of Letitia, the third choice here. Now, given Lady of Letitia, the previous time on Greyville Poly, this 1400 Greyville Poly, was also with a certain Warren Kennedy on board. Warren Kennedy tried 3 times to win with Lady of Letitia. Finished third, finished second, finished fourth. But that Greyville Poly run was the best of them all. It was a 1400 minus 1.79 on the bats figure. The merit rating has subsequently dropped from a 76 to a 67 which means there's a bit of disappointment for the trainers and owners, connections, because they have tried it with blinkers. They've taken the blinkers off. Now they're trying it with tongue tie. It's had 14 tries to win. It hasn't won yet. I wouldn't be surprised if it does win today, because of this little one run here when Kennedy was taking the ride. Huge support, a lot of disappointment. 1.3 to 0.7, 1.3 to 1.6 odds. And the last run there was support again, 3 to 2.85, suggesting that he's getting ready to come back and try and win. But then there's good support for Global Appeal, 3 to 3.75, 3 to 2.2, 2.5 to 3.5, 7 to 6. Yeah, so Global Appeal, Emerald, Isla, and Lady of Lutetia is my first 3 choices, and the next Bells and Whistles down at the bottom here has a decent run here, but Colin Story's taking the ride. Randall's not riding on that horse today. Moving to the third, and I know all the rage is all the Silver Stardust, and it's potentially because of certain extremely good tipsters that has tipped Silver Stardust in his 3 multiple at 12 to 1. Well, in fact, the first one already lost. As suggested before they started, no bookie is going to give you 12 times the input of your money with any expectation to pay it out. But Predator will be my first choice in this race, and not Silver Stardust. And I'll actually not even have Silver Stardust as my second choice. I'll have Purple Dominance as my second choice, the only rider for Clinton Binder and Cast Stradom. So those 2 will be my first 2, and then Silver Stardust my third choice. So 3, 7, and 5, I think enough to get you through the exotics in this race. Noted nothing is exact distance, median speed here, but the thing that stands out for me quite a bit on Predator, 0.4, 0.4, 0.4, and the next best only be a 7.3 on Silver Stardust, and a 4.66 on the 84 days on Purple Dominance. Then Let's Go Fly, bit of a roughie, 5.58. I like that there as hidden form as well. Rivalant now gets Veal on board, and gets the blinkers fitted, and the last time Veal was on board with the blinkers fitted was a 5.58, his best so far. So those would be my first 4, 3, 7, 5, 9. Moving to the fourth race, and here I'm again going to go with the top 3, 6, 5, and 2. Caliente, Fight Song, Ralph the Rascal. I wouldn't be surprised if Alison Wright has a double with Predator. But then I would not be surprised if Gareth Van Sale gets the double with Fight Song after Global Appeal, and I also wouldn't be surprised if it's Caliente with either Goliath Heron or Tonight's Fight Night as the double on to the future. So yeah, Caliente, Fight Song, and Rolf the Rascal, those are my 3 choices. Moving to the fifth, I just said, yeah, Dennis Dreyer with his double on, again, Lyle Hewitson, that seems to be having a really good day today, Goliath Heron, and Tonight's Fight Night. Now, interesting to note that we also have Alison Wright with Lyle Hewitson on Ralph the Rascal, and we have Dennis Dreyer with Sean Veal on Caliente. And then Veal and Hewitson is on both the Dreyer runners in the next, and that to me means, the jockeys can decide what they want and how they want it. So Goliath Heron is my first choice, with my second choice being So Var, Gavin Van Salen, Warren Kennedy. My third choice tonight is Fight Night, then Vista Nova, then Desolate Road, Letaba, Odin, Kaysen, Palace Assembly. I think this is a field race, but yeah, for the PA purposes, I've gone loaded up as well, 5271649. If you want to take a chance, then 5271 is probably enough in your exotics, but yeah, I have just gone wide on that. Call it a bit of a premonition. In the next race, the sixth, again I went very wide here as well. I ended up with Blush of Dawn as my first choice, and that's Goff Puller and LJ Ferraris. It could be that Goff Puller could be on a bit of a double by now, but Goff has a lot of goodness in this race. Blush of Dawn, Georgina Rose, and Traveling Light. That would be my first 3, and then my next best would be Meet at the George, Galactic Star, Futuristic Dame, and Lady Legend, and Gardenia. So I've loaded up again here in this race. Funny that it's two fillies and mares 90s, but I still feel that yeah, there's a bit of something can happen here. The reason why I went with Blush of Dawn pretty much is LJ Ferraris has also got Golf Puller on another occasion for the day, and a very decent chance on that one. And the Bat 42 form being outside the category, 6 lengths better than Travelling Light, which is another Golf Puller runner. And 3 lengths on the Bat 84 and 3 lengths on the Bat 168. And you can see on the Bat C, these two is quite together with Lady Legend, which is the popping in third, but I'm not seeing the intentions because there's no W Kennedy booked on W Bardnors and BC Kennedy. And yeah, I shouldn't be telling them that, because now next time they're going to win with Hubbub and put Kennedy on another horse, because that's how they like it. But yeah, I'm going to go with Puller, and then after that, Kanamair Admit at the George, Galactic Star, Futuristic Dame, Gardenia, and Lady Legend. Flower of Saigon, another little surprise package, since the favorite is Galactic Star with Magurula on board, but Gotson also has Richard Fourie on Flower of Saigon, coming from an 84-day rest. That's normally a bit of a troublesome event already, because I wasn't there to check how it's improving. That being said, though, I do think on current form the Blush of Dawn, if he can do this distance, is a decent option. But if that is not the case and you look at only the green within the distance categories, then Georgina Rose pops in there, and also Travelling Light pops in there. So there's the 3 Puller runners. Race 7, yeah, I'm hoping it's only a 2-horse race, Emerald Palace or Cupid. I'm going to go with Emerald Palace as my first choice, because it's a Gareth Van Sale and a Warren Kennedy, and earlier on I was expecting the Gareth Van Sale to have that winner already. So I'm going to go with Emerald Palace, although the Bat 42 strongly suggests that Cupid, if he does like this distance, is a runner, but we don't know if Cupid does like this distance. But huge respect for Cupid. So I'm going to end up with 1 and 4 in my last leg as my first 2 choices, and then 8 Ingakara at 10 to 1, and then 3 Sea Venture at 7 to 1, and then 2 the favorite Silva Maria at 2 to 1. Moving over to the 8th race, and here we have another Golf Puller with LJ Ferraris, Mambo Symphony. We also have a Gareth Van Sale on Secret Is Ours on Lyle Hewitson, and another Gareth Van Sale, Craig Zaki, on Coromandel. I'm going to end up with Secret Is Ours as my first choice, again because he's got this red bats here that's best in the field, and he does follow it up with Coromandel, which is the best green or within the distance category. So those are my first choices, Secret Is Ours and Coromandel. And then Golf Puller would be my next choice. He does have the best exotic ranking, adjusted time, speed rating, exact distance, median speed, and form, but he has 6 lengths to find on the bat figures. So those are my first 3, 12, 11, and 7. And then for pick 6 purposes, I have added Origami, the favorite, which is the 2. 12, 11, 7, 2, and then if you want to go bigger, then this would be my bigger pick 6 perm, add the 6, 4, and 1, which is Star Crusade, the Golf Puller stablemate, policy target Andre Nel from a long rest return with blinkers off, and also got the flames on the consistency and that coming back from a rest. And then the last one is the Prospero. Nido and Makotwa does have the decent bat figures with the best bomb roll curve in the field. And then the last race, I've ended up with going with Tiger Tank as my first choice, with Kumalo 6.25, best overall ranking, best form, and best exact course and distance bat CD form. Second choice, Fire on the Track, Hill's only runner for the day, LJ Ferraris again, best greenie points, best exotic ranking, best adjusted time, speed rating, intent, super rule percentage, and total. You can see very little, 46 and 45 on the total here on the top 2, so definitely my first 2. Roughy for a roughy, Mr. Pagale. Mr. Pagale has 4 lengths on the bat, 42. Also has a 54 kilos, nice. And you also have the 1.5 Epic Claim with Jay Jacobs with some very good 11.5 win and 42 extra to place form on Mr. Pagale. So I'm going to say that 12, 6, 7, and 2, my 4th choice, Gavel Strike, the favorite, Lizanne Forbes and Serena Moodley. He does have some hidden form earlier, bat 168. He does have some really good red bat, not as good as Mr. Bagales, but only a 1.5 lengths difference. Median speed, he's got the best, and he's got the favorite tag. So yeah, 12, 6, 7, 2, and then 3 and 11 I've added for pick 6 as well. Kane, Line, and Soda, and then Mystery Boy, Wayne Agrella, and Gareth Van Zyl. Probably looking for some improvement still, and interesting that it's not Warren Kennedy that's riding for Gareth Van Zyl, which means Final Occasion could be anything coming from the rest, but I'm expecting it's too much for him to do to win this, although I have respect for Dennis Bosch's only runner today with Warren Kennedy on board. So I'm taking a chance not to include him in my exotics, purely because his bat figures is terrible. He needs to improve too much to actually get into the hunt here. Yeah, so that's my 12, 6, 7, 2, 3, and 11, my order of choices in the first. That's it from me, guys. My best bet today is going with Predator as my best bet. My second best bet is Global Appeal for today. And yeah, then after that, there's a bit of thinking. Maybe Emerald Palace, maybe my next best. So Predator, Global Appeal, Emerald Palace, and then these back end gets a bit tricky. So I'm going to stick to only those 3: Predator, Global Appeal, and Emerald Palace as my top 3 for the day. That's it from me, guys. I hope you have a great day, and speak to you again.